Hey team, what's up? Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. It is 9:03 Eastern Standard Time in the morning. It is May 14th. Did I put May 14th? I put May 13th. I'm sorry. Let me change the date on this deal. May 14th. Oh, okay. I think I just updated it to May 14th. There you go. So yes, good morning. Welcome everybody. I know we had our IG live last night and that was fun to do, answer some questions, but I have to kind of keep it brief. So if I can upload it on YouTube, it could be saved. So more than likely, the best thing would be to probably do some more Instagram lives with you guys, so it can actually be saved and things can go that way. Anyway, either way. So let's go ahead and talk markets this morning. Big headline today: U.S. jobless claims rise 2.981 million versus 2.7 million expected. More than 36 million have now filed since the coronavirus pandemic began. Not exactly great news. I guess we're used to that. The worst news comes in and then the markets rise. Not this time. A couple of things I want you to look at with me today. Looking really bad out there. There was a big level that I wanted you to look at, which is the 50% retracement on E-mini futures. So I'm going to go ahead and expand this chart here, which is ES, which I always look at. You know this, E-mini futures. And you can see that break of 27.86. That was a level that we broke right now. Now, I want to see the cash open at 9:30 and see if we consistently stay there. We had the 280 puts yesterday on SPY, and we actually got it. If we would have held it, obviously would have made a lot more money because we're deep in the money. But we played it right at the bounce. We got out at 27.86 on ES. And we also have Qs, the 216 puts right now. So I have an alert here, 216.64, but below the 200 is a really good sign for us. I also had a line set up for our latest channel that we created. You could see these bubbles show the previous resistance, which is now support-ish. You can see that the Qs have been fighting those levels. If it breaks down below 216.64, then you can start going down to maybe around 209, 210 on Qs. But again, it's still within range. So you really can't do much until then. But the good news, if you're looking at short term for puts, is that you're still below the 200-day, which is your trend. That'll kind of give you that resistance point, which we've kind of been looking at as resistance. And you could see that we still respected that trend, that 200-day still respected even overnight. So right now 217.92, still below my channel level. So again, we still have those up. Let's see if we get those today, and we should. IWM looking very, very ugly. I'm going to go ahead and open that for you. So when the markets go down, I still like to look at the names that got us to the highs. Again, that would be your tech, that would be chips, those names, or the weaknesses, which would be like the banks. Banks are very weak. Industrials are very weak. So what you want to do also is small caps. So if we look to the left side, you could see Russell 2000 index is down 2.5% on the futures. So that'll be the IWM. So let's take a look at that. And one thing, if you're looking at a fundamentals aspect, is what is the biggest sector of the Russell 2000? It's regional banks. And if big cap banks are taking hit, then regional banks are going to take a hit. IWM here need to break 118.81. You break those, start looking at some maybe next week's 116 puts, maybe 117s for a little closer. But again, those would be very nice, very interesting to play if we get that break. But you have to wait for those breaks, guys. That's very crucial. If you don't get those breaks, then you could always get reversed. Now you can get a reversal even after the break. But again, the break and the alerts just really give you the opportunity to take a look at those levels. Then go ahead and look at your volume. Then go ahead and see if there's an opportunity for you. But I don't want your alerts to be your limit orders where you automatically just jump in because that's not what you want to do. So let's kind of take a look together on what is moving. We could see here, I'm going to go ahead and bring up two. Let's see if I can bring up uh, Market Watch, pre-market screener, and we can go over it together. Here's my other screen. So here's a couple of pre-market movers. To the upside, nothing that we really trade. And when it comes to the downside, okay, Carnival, the leisure names, Carnival, Delta, American, United, those are down. General Electric, again, you're talking about almost a 20-year low. Ford down again. Bank of America down. Wells Fargo down again. Really underperforming. Advanced Micro not doing that bad. It was only down about 0.75%. Cisco is up. We own the stock. They just had their earnings pretty solid. Apple down 1.38%. Marathon Oil is down. Boeing is down again. Those are some names that you kind of want to look at weaknesses here. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple. So I'm going to go ahead and expand this. Let's go ahead and expand Boeing first. And you could see it did break my level of 120. So that's very, very crucial. The question is, do you want to play it moving forward? Yeah, we could also take a look at maybe some hundreds moving forward, but it'd have to be for next week. You're on Thursday, you really don't want to play this week. It's too much risk. So we can go ahead and take a look at Boeing if we break below 120, which right now pre-market we are. Another one too that we want to take a look at is Apple. Apple did rise to almost new all-time high, well, testing the all-time highs, and looks like we're kind of bouncing off that support of 302.90. There is a gap here on the hourly that you could take a look at. That's right at 300. That would be a very interesting gap fill if you want to play that. Very, very risky if you want to play it this week. Next week would probably be your best bet, but the 300s look very, very nice to play. Keep an eye on Apple for puts. That actually kind of is a nice setup. And it's actually been very strong. Again, the MAGA names, we know the MAGA names. Uh, for some reason, NVIDIA has actually outperformed. Love the stock. Again, the 100 days, kind of your support level here. It's been kind of holding pat. And it's up pre-market. And that's a stock that I love and it's a stock that I own. So again, I would love it for it to drop more so I could buy some more. But NVIDIA outperforming very nicely. Let's take a look at AMD together. Again, we saw it was down pre-market. It is down about 20 cents pre-market, kind of in no man's land, not much to do here. If you want to take a look at maybe the you want to take a look at the airlines, let's take a look at AAL, or let's take a look at DAL, which is Delta. Together, I know you guys want to take a look at that. So to maximize the sell, and you could see gap, and we still broke. So we're gonna have to go ahead and expand this to the daily, 1875. And again, you're just basically retesting those constantly. Last thing you want to do is get squeezed out. So let's see if we can retest 1849. Let's place an alert together. If we break those recent overnight lows, then we could start taking a look at maybe some puts there as well. Let's take a look at CCL, which is the cruise lines. Same kind of thing with airlines. Uh, wow. So we need to go ahead and break $11.52 on a cruise Carnival Cruise Line. Then we can start taking a look at puts as well. So that's where we are. A good entry level for BA. If you're talking about puts or you're talking about actually buying the stock, that's what the question is. 'Cause I don't know what you're looking at in regards to buying the stock or just getting in for puts, Adrian. If you're looking for the stock, if you're looking to buy in the stock, you got to be very careful here. You'd rather have a long-term horizon. Sub 100 maybe, 90s. I could see maybe that's interesting. I wanted to see if we broke 145.75 to see if the worst is over. We didn't get there. We just continued to the downside, and it's very, very ugly. So again, let's go ahead and bring up a daily, and you can see what I'm talking about. I mean, you had the bounce to around 188, and then just continue to the downside. So we're continuing breaking down 120 pre-market. The low is 89. Maybe if you want to retest at 90 and you want to go ahead and buy some, I guess, but go very light. Just expect that you could get some more drawdown. Just be very careful on that name. Again, there's a lot of headline risk. They're going through a lot of problems. So that's where we are. Oh, buying, yeah, around 90, I would say. 95. I don't want to buy it. I'm trying to want to stay from industrial. So that's where we are. As I eat my breakfast. Okay, team. So we'll go ahead and leave it there. There's no other questions. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for our morning note. I'm going to get back with my team this morning, get them prepped. Have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you guys soon, and happy Thursday.